Good morning, David and Kathleen. Workout 2 this week has 2 blocks to it. First block is a control and constant. So you guys can choose today who is the control to start with and who's the constant. You're gonna do 8 minutes in both categories. So the control will stay the control with the same exercises for 8 minutes. Then the constant will take over and become the control for 8 minutes. So you both should be on both blocks for 8 minutes taking turns. All right, guys, so exercises, starting with the controls exercises. We've got a couple dumbbell ones we're going to talk about. First is going to be our squat and overhead press. You have done both of these exercises, but just some reminders. So on our squat and overhead press, it is important that you start in rack position. We're going to do quite a bit from rack position this go around the end of this year because it forces a lot of extra focus through the core and lower abdominal and low back support, which is really important, as we know. So our squat and press is our basic front squat, elbows to knees, stand, overhead press. You can rotate forward, you can keep your palms in. I do not care as long as your overhead press ends with that straight line from feet through all the way up through your hands. So make sure we're avoiding this position. Open up those shoulders every time. So front squat, overhead press. The second is just our bicep curl, our basic bicep curl. I want you moving pretty quick. Off the top of my head, I believe the rep count is 15, but make sure you reference your workout because I could easily be wrong. On our bicep curl, you can go regular bicep curl, you can go hammer curl. Most important is that the elbow to shoulder does not move. Keep it glued to your rib cage. The whole time you want to feel that lock-in position between the upper arm. So no swing back, don't stop them in front, and make sure they're not elbows coming up in front of you. Okay, while that's going on, the constant is going to start with our full alternating get up. We've done these for a couple times, so just going to remind you on your starting position. So, starting position, I got right knee, right arm in the air. That is the most important part. If you can remember, same side, arm and leg in the air, you're golden every time. So I'm going to sit up on that free arm, lift, slide the back leg all the way through, all the way up to a stand, and reverse it on the way back down. We are alternating, so when you get there, immediate switch. Sit it up, reach it back, all the way up, and then take it back down. All right. Next exercise down there is going to be our plank up downs. Again, we're alternating, and just to review, because we talked about these last season, we're starting in that plank. Your elbow goes right down underneath that shoulder and right back up. So remember, if my right goes down first, my right comes up first. So make sure you alternate right, left, left, right, left, right. Alrighty. So next, when you join back together for timed exercises, you're going to be moving at the same time on the same exercise, with the exception of the last one, which I'll remind you or talk about. The first is our dumbbell lateral lunge. We have done this one as part of our assessment, but we're taking out the overhead press for the moment. So on that lateral lunge, arms are going to be, again, in that rack position. Hold them in nice and tight, abs are strong, and it's just that step out to the side. Drive those hips back, bring it all the way back in, alternating sides. No overhead press today, so make sure you leave that out. The next is going to be down in our bicycle. Down in our bicycle position, but notice the tempo, 2, 2, and 2. We are going to start our bicycle in the middle, so not already rotated. So everything is tucked up, low back is pressed down, abs are strong. You got 2 seconds to extend out on side 1. 2 seconds to come back to center. How did it go, Libby? 2 seconds to get to the other side. 2 seconds back to center. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, 1, 2. This one is going to seem very slow, but it's very, very focused on the abdominals and the obliques as you rotate. So take your time and really do them right. Whether you do 10 bicycles or 20 bicycles, I don't care. It's timed. Put your focus just into keeping that core nice and strong. Alrighty, so this next group, we have 2 exercises. Forgot my ball. This is gonna be the only one that you and your partner are gonna switch with. So somebody's gonna start with the ball, the other person will start with the band, and then you'll just switch. On the ball, we have our stability ball V pass. So on our V pass, the ball starts between the legs, and everything is meeting in the middle. So I'm reaching up to grab that ball. I'm gonna go back with the ball, lift it back up, and then the ball goes by itself. And then my upper body goes, and then the ball. Upper body. I lost it. So upper body squeeze, then the ball. So it's basically our V up. We've just broken it in half. The lower half and the upper half. Now your partner is going to start with the band first for our uppercuts. We used to do uppercuts with our dumbbells. You can take 1 foot under or both feet. Try them out both ways and see what feels good. But remember, the key to uppercuts that made them different from our overhead press is that not only do the hips rotate, but your arm rotates. So you should be looking at the handle of your band as you press. So I'm going to rotate one way, and I'm going to watch the handle, back to center, handle, back to center. Don't worry about trying to fully lock out and extend your arm. Your goal is just to stretch that band. And most likely, because we're using a band and not dumbbells, the biggest thing that you're going to feel is your obliques reaching as you extend. Personally, I really like it. It's very similar to the good oblique feel I get when I do either wipers lying on the ground or wood chops. So get that good extension, trying to really reach back to nice strong center. Remember to watch for the arch in the back on that one. It happens a lot with dumbbells. So really pulling tight through the core. All right, guys, have a great workout. I look forward to seeing and hearing how this one goes.